So what we do when we get those bills is we actually check them first. You'd be surprised, 90% of medical bills have coding errors. So we actually correct that. So when we're submitting it to the insurance, we're making sure they're getting all the information they need to process it. Now, how much you get back, it's really going to depend on a lot of the details of your policy and how it's covered. For example, if you have a PPO, there's a really good chance that you're going to be able to recover quite a bit of that money.
Wow.
Really complicated. A really common example is you take that trip to the emergency room and that gets sent to your insurance, but the way it was coded, it might look to your insurance like an office visit, and then all of a sudden it's no longer covered as an emergency.
So how do you guys get paid?
So what we do is when that bill is processed by insurance, money goes back to the patient, we take a 10% cut of the money they're getting back. But in those really common cases where it's just going to someone's deductible or it's not covered under their policy, it's totally free to use.
And we were...
If you look at the medical billing space globally, it is still, to this day, tremendously human-powered. And so we're leveraging technology to find and correct those coding errors and get them through the insurance system and correct all the issues that can come up there.
Rachel, is it getting easier? Is it getting better? Because over the last 8 years or so, there's been a lot of consolidation in the doctor space, particularly. It seems like small offices are being forced because of all the paperwork they've had to deal with under Obamacare to consolidate and find ways that they can look for technical solutions in some of these things. Does that make your job easier?
So those types of things help, but really what we find is there are an awful lot of doctors, therapists, psychiatrists, all types of healthcare providers that as the system gets continually more complex, they're opting out of insurance altogether. And so what happens when they do that is that work then falls to the patients, and that's where we come in. That we are really excited about. We're taking 100% of our initial revenue. So every time that claim is paid, we get our 10%. 100% of that is going to purchase and forgive medical debt. And we are buying back $16 million worth of medical debt for folks across the U.S. that are struggling with that. And that actually gives us an opportunity to make a little bit of TV history this morning. So when John Oliver did his debt forgiveness campaign, which was less than ours, he actually beat Oprah and had the largest TV giveaway in history. And now I'm on TV and we're going to beat him.